Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 138 of my little gaming show, where once a week I just has to talk about video games, whether they're new video games I'm playing today, old video games that I grew up with, it doesn't matter. Video games. And today, oh baby, we're going down the retro backlog yet again, going back to visit a classic video game that I have never played, and admittedly a game that I feel like just doesn't get the love in that game, if you can't read, is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, released on the Super Nintendo in 1995. I was only 2 years old, my goodness, and I have very little memories about this game. The only thing I can really remember is there's one particular boss in this game with the big red nose. I remember that dude, and that's really all. I don't believe I owned a copy of this game ever in my life. I believe my cousins had it, and that's where I saw them playing it. But this game's always kind of been just mysterious to me. I have played it once or twice prior to me actually playing it here, and yes, the Baby Mario crying thing, it got to me. We'll discuss it, but I only played like a level or two to check it out when it came out on Nintendo Switch Online. But this time, I finally finished it, and holy crap, this game, well, let's save that. Let's save that for the conversation. How about that? But before we get into that conversation, let us discuss what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what y'all are up to. What games are you playing right now? Are you just sopping wet at all the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement stuff, or are you horrified because of the pricing of that? Now, next week, we will go through all the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement stuff. I'm letting things air out, and more things are trickling through, so we'll have even more Nintendo Switch 2 to discuss next week, but that's next week. So what I've been up to over the last week or so, aside from cleaning my basement still, we had a major ice storm here in my area, power went out, basement flooded, and I've been cleaning the basement for a long time now. But let's not worry about that. Let's talk about the good stuff, the stuff that I got up to this week. So we got a couple of movies here. Let's start with I guess it's like a documentary movie, but damn, this one is a banger. Don't miss it if you're into this kind of stuff. But Con Mum, it's M-U-M, Con Mum, and it's on Netflix. Whoa, dude, this movie, or documentary, whatever the heck it is, insane. Freaking-sane. I couldn't believe, like, I really don't want to talk too much about it without spoiling it, but, like, this lady has just gone through life as a con artist, and she gets a hold of her latest victim, and it is a wild story, man. I couldn't believe, like, the stuff that was true, and yeah, this was a very interesting watch. My wife got recommended it to her from a friend at work, and yeah, we put it. I did not expect to get drawn in this much. I was like, oh, okay, we'll throw it on, and yeah, I was immediately drawn into this. This was wild. And again, just kind of shows the depths that people sink to sometimes to, just to live the life that they want. Wild watch, check it out. Highly recommended. Great documentary. 8 out of 10. It's on Netflix. And my wife and I, we watched Wicked. Big movie. That's the Wizard of Oz, like, prequel, basically. And it was hella long, and I was super pissed off at the end where there's definitely going to be a sequel. It was a fucking 3-hour movie. I was like, holy crap, you couldn't wrap things up in 3 hours. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It's a musical. There's a ton of songs in it. There was a few catchy ones. I can't remember which ones, so maybe they weren't that catchy. But there were some good songs, a lot of songs. So if you don't like musicals, I'm fine with musicals. Like, I love the original Wizard of Oz. Like, you have to watch the OG Wizard of Oz, and there's even a nice little tidbit, little Easter egg tossed in. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but overall, I was really turned off with it at the beginning because it's this huge CGI cinematic fucking thing, and I'm just like, oh no, is this just gonna be like a big, just green screen mess, and yeah, there is a lot of that, but it was actually a pretty damn enjoyable movie. And yo, Ariana Grande, what up, girl? Crushed it in this role, man. I was delighted with, didn't know she could act, and yeah, she was very, very good. I liked it. I liked the movie, man. It's just super duper long. I will admit, though, it didn't feel like 3 hours. It did kind of go by pretty nicely. Like, I wasn't really... But when it just, the way that it ended, I literally just went, what? We're gonna do part 2. Like, holy crap, I was just shocked at how long the movies are getting these days. But it was good. I'd hit it with like a 7.5 out of 10. But it was a pretty movie, I would say. All right, let's talk about some stuff we've been watching. Lots of Dark Side. Dark Side of the Ring is back, y'all, and we've already watched. We couldn't wait. We usually wait for the seasons to finish out, but we already dove into it. Episodes 1 and 2, season 6, oh baby. And it's funny that they haven't done this already, but they kick off season 6 with the Mick Foley Undertaker Hell in a Cell match. Now, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you might have seen this before. It's one of the most iconic images in wrestling history. And I couldn't tell you how many times I've heard the story. I've heard every freaking person tell the story of Hell in a Cell, Undertaker, Mick Foley, bookers, everybody. But somehow, some way, they were able to draw me into be engaged to the story yet again. And it is, if you have not witnessed the Hell in a Cell match or know the story of the Hell in a Cell match between Mankind and The Undertaker, this is a must watch. Again, I will preach that if you think that wrestling is fake, it is. It's fake in certain ways, but if you think that the slams and the everything is just there, it doesn't hurt, watch this match and tell me that shit doesn't hurt. Like, I cannot believe that a man did not die that night. It's kind of wild. So definitely check that one out. Next episode was Ludwig Borga. I remember that guy. And crazy man right there. But they're so freaking good, man. I love it. And finally, I was able to convince my wife to watch one of the other Dark Sides with me. And we checked out Dark Side of the Cage, which is based off of MMA, mixed martial arts, UFC, Pride, and we watched just a couple of episodes, the rise and fall of Pride, and then some other episode, but fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic, man. Like, I by the end of the first episode, I looked over at my wife, and she was like, boom, right into the next episode. I was like, oh, I got her. She's hooked. So she's going to be into all these Dark Side ones. There's a whole bunch of these. They have Dark Side of Comedy, Dark Side of Reality TV, I think. And so far, they are freaking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I've really wanted to watch the Dark Side of the Cage because I want to see what was like. I very limited MMA watching. I mostly just watch UFC if I do watch it, but it was the Nate Diaz episode, of course. We love Nate Diaz. They're pro wrestlers. They're like WWE wrestlers with the gimmick, and they're flipping people off. It's hilarious. We love them, but damn, dude, if you have not checked out Dark Side, those series of shows, they're fantastic. They're on Crave or HBO, whatever the heck they are, but awesome. Friggin' awesome. And that's all we've been watching. So, heck yeah. In terms of video games, I got back to, WWE 2K24, finally finished off the GM mode. It was awesome. I had a blast playing it. It takes a long time to get through it, so I'm not encouraged to just go right back into another one and do all this different shit. But it was a super fun, man. Like, by the 5th, I think it took me 5 seasons to get through it. And by the end, bro, like, we had Bad Bunny going up against Andre the Giant and fucking Hell in a Cell match. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, so there's random champions. I had Jinder Mahal as my champion at the end. And I had, like, one year I was just like, yo, we're doing the Latino heat. I had all fucking, like, we had Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Selena Vega, Raquel Rodriguez, I just brought in all the luchadors, and we're just crushing it, bro. My WrestleManias were insane. 5-star matches to all over the place. So much fun if you're a wrestling fan. Like, oh man, I had a blast with that. And when I finished that, I was like, well, I'm going to go back and try the My Rise thing. So last time I played My Rise, I got stuck at this. You have to win a casket match against Kane, and I Could not for the life of me win it. I was like, it's broken. Like, I don't know what to do. And it was literally one of those situations where you leave it, you put it away for a little while, and you come back, boom, first try. I was like, oh, I did it. So I got through the casket match. Really wasn't as bad as they make it sound. Like, I don't know. I just I just looked into it again. The person was like, you just got to make sure when you throw them in the casket, they're stunned, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it was. So bam, I'm back into my rise, doing the thing. Kenny Omega running wild in the WWE. I'm the WWE champion. I'm the NXT champion. I'm the king of the fucking ring. And I don't know what I'm going into now, but I am just wrecking shop in WWE, just winning everything, and that is fun. I mean, it's good, not great, I don't think. Like, I'm having a good time with it. Really getting a lot of bang for my buck out of WWE 2K24, much more so than 23. I had a bad taste left in my mouth for 23 because I couldn't learn the controls for the life of me. And then I was also trying to do a YouTube series, and they said no. YouTube was like, nope, can't put that shit up here. We're taking that down. I was like, well, fuck you then. Fuck your game. And yeah, but anyway, 2K24, oh, hell yeah. I know 25 is out, but I really don't have any interest. I heard about this island, and I'm like, nah, I'm not about that. So let's not. And what else have I been playing? Played a little bit of Pac-Man. Not much, just kind of got a couple of minutes to burn, a few Pac-Man levels, but I did dive into Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. I think that's what it's called. The side-scrolling, what do you call it, Metroidvania from Ubisoft. And, man, I've only played about a couple hours so far, and this one's just been getting the hype huge from Kind of Funny, man. Like, they're all in love with it. Especially, what's his name? Tim, I think. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They've been pushing it, and it was the free. It was free. I think it was free on PlayStation, so I downloaded it. Started playing it, and ooh. All right, I will admit, off the bat, wasn't like super sold with the art style's kind of funky, and the graphics are kind of, I don't know, just the animation's a little weird. It's a lower budget game. It's not like the big AAA Ubisoft stuff. It's a little lower, but yo, gameplay-wise, we're bumping right now. We're bumping. We're doing the Metroidvania thing. You're collecting new abilities, and the combat's pretty good. I've already done, must be a half a dozen boss fights already, and they're really fun. It's got a right amount of challenge so far, and yeah, that's going to be my baby now for a little bit, WWE and Prince of Persia. Oh, and of course, I've been playing Super Mario World 2, of course. Finished that game off. It wasn't as... I was actually closer to the end of it than I thought I was, so that's a good thing. And speaking of Super Mario World, let's freaking get into it. Let's talk about Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. My goodness, that song has no right to go that hard. But Super Mario World 2 goes hard, bro. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I don't... Well, I do sort of know why. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just talk about Baby Mario right now. So, it's the sequel / prequel to Super Mario World. This game takes place before the events of Super Mario World, but in actuality came out after Super Mario World. You following me? Alright, good. So, it's standard Mario freaking 2D side-scrolling game. You got 6 worlds with 8 levels in it, but you're playing as Yoshi with Baby Mario on your back. And this is the killing point for why this game doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves. It's an unfreaking believable game. But Baby Mario definitely ruins a good portion of the game because Baby Mario, whenever Yoshi is hit by anything, Baby Mario is put in a bubble and he starts crying like a baby because he is a baby, and that cry gets annoying in about 2 minutes of playing this game. It does not take long. Like, initially you're like, oh, it's not that bad, and it gets, yeah, in about 2 minutes you're like, I'm gonna choke out this baby. Like, I cannot handle it no longer. And yeah, so I'd say 75% of the game I played with the sound off. I would have a podcast in, and I'm just playing the game. But if you have a problem with the Baby Mario sound, just turn the freaking sound off and you will still have an amazing time. I had a blast with this game, but every now and again, I wanted to gauge the music, so I know what I'm hearing here, and just, you know, sound effects. Sound effects wise, it's pretty similar to Mario World, which is fine. But the music, dude, holy crap! Like, there are some banging songs in there. The one that I just played, that is my favorite one. That song is ridiculous. Now, it does have a little bit of that kind of a baby flair to it, because it is revolving around babies. You know, there's a little bit, you know, there's Mario games have never been known for their story, but there's a little story, and it's actually it doesn't involve Peach. It's baby Luigi that's been stolen away, and you got to go save baby Luigi so they can be taken to their parents and be born, so then they can save the world in Super Mario World. So yeah, Yoshi is taking the reins on this one, and this kicks off, like, this is technically, I mean, it's up for debate. People can have that debate, but it's still a Mario game, but it kicks off Yoshi's own franchise, and then you go off to Yoshi's story, and so on and so forth. Now, personally, I'm not a big Yoshi game guy. I love Yoshi, but the games are very simplistic and very, very easy. I kind of hate Yoshi's story. Just an irritating sounding game. I have not played it, and maybe one day I'll play it with the sound off and I'll enjoy it as much as I did this game. But generally, Yoshi games are for, like, kids, toddlers, 4 years old. Like, if I had a kid, these are the kind of games I would introduce them to. Like, very simple, simplistic, but they're not really for me. But this game has a bit of bite to it. It's not baby's first freaking Mario game. It's a solid Mario game. It's not the hardest, but there is some challenge. Like, once you get to the later worlds, it ramps up a little bit. And I did, of course, keep track of how many game overs I have, as I always do, or try to do, for every platformer that I play, because I am notoriously awful at platforming video games. I don't have it, but I still enjoy playing them. I just don't enjoy them as much as, like, a Nintendo fanboy does. They love their platformers. Me, I'm like, it's maybe outside my top 5 favorite types of game to play. I don't really know, but regardless, yeah, that's basically the premise of the game. You're going through these worlds, you're playing the levels. There's a boss every 4 levels, so you get to World 1-4 and 1-8, whatever, you got a little boss fight, and that is probably one of the best parts of this game, are the boss fights. So we'll talk about my journey throughout the game, and I'll talk about my favorite levels and a couple of levels that I didn't really like, and just the moments of the game. But I think we should talk about the graphics of this game, because holy shit, this game still looks unfreaking believable. And that's the thing about Nintendo, man. They got the art styles. This game looks like a beautiful children's storybook come to life. Like, it's got that kind of pastel-y art style, just booming with color and life, and the animations are fantastic. What a gorgeous freaking video game, man. Like, this is, like, it's why the Nintendo games age so much better than PlayStation and Xbox games, because PlayStation and Xbox generally go for realism, and it may look good at the time, but, you know, you look at Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation 1, does not look very good. But dude, this game in 1995, this game's what, 30, I'm not gonna do math, it's old ass game, still looks so freaking good. I was blown away. Like, I knew the art style in this game was ridiculously gorgeous. I would easily say that I prefer the art style of this game over Super Mario World, and they keep that going with the Yoshi games. These weird art styles. There's the Yoshi's, like, crafted world or whatever. I haven't played that one, but kind of similar to Kirby's Epic Yarn, just these, like, yarn fucking, I don't know, it was weird. It was a very strange art style, and Yoshi's story kind of had a weird, kind of disturbing thing going on there. I don't know. I don't look very fondly on Yoshi's story, but regardless, this game is gorgeous. So much color, and graphically, like, impressive. Like, the performance of the game is really solid, and there are some, like, seriously cool things going on. There's, like, these clouds there's, like, enemy clouds, and if you touch them, the fucking Mario is on acid all of a sudden. Everything's wavy and wild and trippy, and you're just like, oh my good. And Mario's eyes are all fucked up and like graphically very impressive. Like it's pretty simple nowadays, just this like wavy effect, but like I was very impressed. And when you get to the later levels, like they all look good. All the worlds look good. They have the little themes or whatever. But World 5, they got like, it's like the ice world or whatever. And they got like a blizzard going on in the background. And it's like an intense blizzard. I was, again, very impressed with that. World 6 is probably my favorite one. Just evil. Typical fashion for the Mario games. The last world is lava and fire and mountains and just evil red tinge to everything. It was awesome. Freaking love the world. The final world in this game, freaking gorgeous. So we'll talk about the gameplay, what differentiates this game from Super Mario World 1. Obviously, you're not playing as Mario, or I think you play as Luigi. Anyway, you're playing as Yoshi, and Yoshi plays quite a bit differently than Mario. So this game, you don't have any power-ups, there's no mushroom, there's no fire flower, you got eggs. So Yoshi can eat things, eat enemies, eat pretty much anything. You can eat a lot of stuff, and you can swallow it, and you turn it into an egg. You shit out a little egg, whatever popping sound, and you can carry like 6 or 7 of them or whatever. You can use them to throw. So you can throw these eggs, you press the button, and then like this little trajectory thing, little arc will start moving. You can aim the egg and hit things in the air. You can hit enemies. You can fucking skip eggs across the water to collect collectibles. You can throw them at collectibles if they're like far up in the air. You just throw an egg at it and bam, you got it. Like, pretty freaking cool, man. I really do enjoy the egg throwing mechanic, but like, yeah, at the sacrifice of losing like power-ups and things like that. I can see people being disappointed, and maybe this is where the Yoshi dislike started, where they're like, hey, you changing my Mario game. Where's my fire flower? Where's my cape? Where's all my bullshit? And I'm not throwing fucking eggs over here. So, okay, maybe I can understand where people are coming from, where they have a dislike for Yoshi. All right, fine. But he is adorable, so fuck you. But you're throwing eggs, you gotta flutter jump, so you can jump like Mario, but you can like kick your legs, and Yoshi does this kind of like arcing, kind of floaty little jump thing, and you can connect them, so you like finish your float, and you can kind of keep floating and keep it going if you're good, and that's pretty cool. And you do have like the standard stuff, like you can jump on enemies, you have a ground pound, you can like eat a shell, you have the Koopas, you can eat them, spit out their shell. Some enemies, like, you don't eat them and swallow them and turn them into eggs. Like, some enemies are on like fucking on fire. He's just running around like, please save me, and you swallow him, and then you can spit out fireballs. Same thing, you can grab an ice thing, and now you're spitting out like frost breath, you get free shit. Really cool, man. So that's kind of the big change here for the gameplay. And then, of course, the Baby Mario situation. So not only whenever you get hit, Baby Mario goes away, you have to go collect it. And him. But you have to go collect Baby Mario, and you have a time limit. Now, this time limit varies. You start, let's just say, standard 10 seconds. You got 10 seconds to go get Baby Mario. And the most fucking annoying thing outside of the crying sound is the fact whenever you get hit and Baby Mario takes off, he goes fucking flying up into the air, generally in a bad place, going in the complete opposite direction. And like, all right, I get it. That, like, sometimes Baby Mario will just like bounce off a wall and he'll hit right back into you, and like nothing happens, and you're like, yeah. So I guess the developers didn't really want it to be pointless. Like, yeah, you want to kind of shoot him off, I guess, but did you have to shoot him fucking 20 feet into the goddamn air, and then I can't freaking get it? And yeah, sometimes this can really screw with you, and sometimes it can be really nice. You get hit, and it bounces off a wall, and you're right back to you. Sometimes you get really fucked over by this, and Baby Mario can go get bounced like in behind a wall of enemies that you can't get through, and you get stuck in an area that you just can't go there. So what happens if the time limit runs out? Baby Mario gets kidnapped and gets taken away by these fucking creepy, I don't know what the fuck those are. They're not Shy Guys, but they're like the creepy other things. And they take him away, and they take him to Bowser, and game over, or the level's over, whatever. You got to try again. So it's definitely, there's definitely good things to it. Like, it definitely causes some chaotic, pretty epic moments sometimes. Like, you're just like, oh shit, Baby Mario got taken away, and your counter, if it goes, let's say you lose Baby Mario, he goes away, you got 5 seconds. And the 5 second, like, it'll have to build back up. It'll regroup back up to 10 seconds. And, but sometimes you can just get hit again. You only have 4 seconds. You're like, oh shit. And you gotta go. And you can see the dudes like coming in to swoop in and steal Baby Mario. And you get it at just the last second. So it causes some really cool moments like that. And it definitely causes like, just, yeah, that I made my point. That is my point. But the shitty thing is, like, Baby Mario takes off and he gets into a really shitty area where you cannot get in there. And if you get hit, you get like, Yoshi spins around and you're just discombobulated for a second, so time's just running down, you're getting stressed out, you're like, fuck! So it's good and it's bad. I would definitely lean on the side that it's more bad than good, obviously, because I don't think they've ever touched this type of thing ever again. I don't think, there's a lot of Mario games I haven't played out there, but I don't think they've gone with this baby capturing mechanic thing ever again. It was a very interesting idea. Like, and it goes with the story. Like, they want to steal the baby, so like, interesting. And Yoshi's there to protect and bring him over. So it's good and bad. Like, without the sound, I had a better time with it. It was more enjoyable. I definitely had my moments where I was just like, what the fuck? And yeah, so, and there's been some frustrating times where you're at the end of the level and Baby Mario gets taken away. And there's also enemies in this game that will just snag freaking Baby Mario right off your back, and they just run. They're just gone. Like, little homie with the little boots on, he's gone. I'm like, get the fuck back here, you piece of shit. And he's jumping around all over the place, just being chaotic. There's I think they're Lakitus or whatever, the pieces of shit in the clouds. I hate those guys in every Mario game. They can go suck an ass, fucking throwing things from their cloud above me. You think you're better than me up there? I get up there and I steal his fucking cloud, GTA style, fucking Grand Theft Cloud, throw that bitch on the ground. But that guy's a piece of shit. But now he's equipped with a fucking fishing hook, and he'll just hook Mario from way up there, and he'll just go take off in the other direction. You're like, damn it, now I gotta go fucking capture him. And I think there's only one level that this one's in, but there's like a giant ghost. Not a boo, but he's like a ghost with clearly a sheet over his head. He's kind of creepy looking, but it's the fucking Skull Kid guys with the shoes that run away. They're like hiding underneath the sheet, and then it's just, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Those dudes are really annoying, but like, you know, it's part of the design of the game that you're gonna have enemies that are gonna freaking make the obstacles harder. So yeah, they're just really, especially the Lakitu. I've always hated those fucking guys up there being really annoying. I don't like them. But honestly, they're easier to deal with Yoshi, because you can just whip an egg at them. That's always good. Now, you can run out of eggs. You're not just unlimited egg supply. There are times, but like I said, there's enemies all over the place. They have like egg blocks. You can just bump into them and it just shoots eggs out. There's like random plants that are shooting eggs out. So you're generally pretty fully loaded, but there are things in the game where it's like, you know, in classic Mario fashion, like if you want to find the bonuses or extra this or extra that, you're gonna maybe want to carry a shell with you to a certain area to bust something open. And that's the main objective, obviously, of the game is to get to the other side. You start here and you're going over there. But you want to get Baby Mario there, and along the way, to collect like higher scores, you're finding red coins, and you got these little itty bitty stars, little baby stars, and those are like extra time for your Baby Mario counter. It can go up to 30, so you can have up to 30 seconds to dick around and try and recapture Baby Mario, but to get the most points, you want to have 30 of those little stars, and you'll find those little stars hidden all throughout the level. Enemies will have them. They're hidden all over the frickin' place, and they're delightful. I really wish they didn't disappear so fast. Like, they come shooting out, and they're like pretty much immediately like beginning to disappear. I don't really know why. I wish they would just kind of stick around. Like, I just don't really see the reason why they need to go away. And there's also this weird fucking flower that you have to throw an egg into, and it's generally like, you know, kind of a challenge to get the egg into the flower at the right angle and shit, and it shoots out these the fucking stars, and sadly, every time, it just looks like the flower is ejaculating. Just, little stars all over the place. I'm just like, you see, I don't like that. So I wasn't dicking around with the flower very much. Red coins, they're also hidden. They can be, I don't remember I think they're just like, sometimes they're just normal golden coins, but they're actually red coins, so they'll be hidden around in obscure places, hidden out throughout the levels and stuff like that. You collect, I think it's 5 they're looking for with those, or no, it might be 10. And then they have the flowers that you're collecting. There's 5 of those per level, and those are like kind of the main collectible, I guess. I don't really fucking know, but 5 of those, and yeah, I'm guessing, I am not a completionist. I am not good at that stuff. Generally, I end up hating the game. I end up disliking the game more if I try to do everything. Now, I would not mind trying to do everything in this game. I don't know, kind of seems like it wouldn't be too bad. And, but anyway, you get a score at the end when you get through the end of the level. You go through a little fucking circle, you jump through it, and you baton pass the baby to another Yoshi. So you're playing as all these different Yoshis, not just one Yoshi, each Yoshi, but they don't play any different. They're just a different color. So it doesn't really fucking matter. But at the end, you get a score out of 100 based on how good you did on all the collectibles. So yeah, I don't think I got 100 on any single level. I got like some low 90s here and there, but generally not very good, like in the 60s, 70s, a passing grade. But yeah, I'm not a completionist. I just don't do that. I don't want to look up everything, and I'm just, when I get to the end of the game, like I imagine there's probably an extra world to this game. There's always an extra world, and I'm just like, I'm good. I'm satisfied. I got to the end, and damn. All right, so what else do we got to talk about with this game? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't bring this up yet, but Yoshi can turn into little vehicles sometimes in the levels. Not whenever you want, which would be cool. Maybe in later games they do that. But yeah, Yoshi can like turn into... the first time I turned into a helicopter, I damn near shit myself. I'm like, that is the cutest helicopter I have ever seen in my life. And I completely forgot that was a thing in this game, that Yoshi sometimes turns into vehicles, and you can be a helicopter, a tank, a little car with some pop-up wheels and shit, a little choo-choo train, oh my, and they're all so freaking cute. Little submarine, are you kidding me right now? Do they do a lot with the vehicles? No, not really. Like, it is admittedly really fun. Like, there's a couple of times with the helicopter, you're just like flying and you're just collecting a whole bunch of coins, and you're just trying to get to like another area and complete the little vehicle section. With the little mole tank thing, you're just kind of driving through the dirt, and you're maybe going through a little maze. They're a little bit underwhelming. It's just really cool. Like, definitely, I imagine they can only do so much with the Super Nintendo, but that would be a mechanic like I would totally be down for. Like, oh, fucking Yoshi can just turn into a helicopter whenever, and he's just fuck gone. Like, oh, that would be really tight. But admittedly, I kind of wish they would do some more creative things with the vehicle stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of it, but it was really cool whenever you did it. And there are some little mini games in between the levels, kind of like Super Mario Bros. 3. Definitely not as good or as fun. I was not very good at them, but they have like all these mini games are for 1-ups. But you have like the scratch card, which is literally just random. You just pick a couple of spaces, hope you match up 3 things, and you win something. It's whatever. The slot machine, I'm fucking terrible at it. Never win anything there. The match game, I'm pretty bad at too. You got a big board of cards, and you're trying to match up all the things to get some items. And you also you do earn like power ups, but they're kind of like, so you can have you can find an upgrade that'll just give you 10 mini stars. If you're low on health, or you're going through a tricky section, you can just like, boom, I get 10 little stars. Now my timer's higher. You can get 20 little stars. And I forget what other power-ups. Admittedly, I forgot about them until later on in the game. I'm like, oh yeah, we got these fucking these little power-up things. I completely forgot. I wasn't using them very much, but they're there. So yeah. Oh, and just before we talk about some of the levels and stuff, couple of enemies I love Shy Guy. Shy Guy is one of my favorites. I think they're just adorable, so freaking cute. Their little curious face, and there's some fun variations. They have this really fat one that's just adorable. Oh my goodness. I would love a little plushie or a little Funko Pop of a fucking little fat Shy Guy. I think that would be awesome. But there's I think the enemy design in this game is really neat. I think I would say I prefer the enemy design in this one over Mario World 1. That might be, I don't know. I don't know if that's a bad thing to say, but it's true. I think the enemies in this game are just cooler looking. They got especially those, like, the one that's on the box art, the blue guy with like the big angry eyebrows. Like, I just like the enemy design in this game. I like the weird looking dudes. I love Shy Guy so freaking much. And they have the classics, like, I think there's I think they have a couple Goombas in there. They got some Koopas and shit like that, but yeah, man, there's just some weird enemies in this game that I don't think I've ever seen again. Now, they might be in the Yoshi games that I don't play, or some other Mario games that I don't play, but regardless, I really like the enemy design, and, except for, well, he's not an enemy, but Poochie, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, that dude's fucking terrifying. They're like, oh, hey, everybody, it's Poochie. Oh, he's so friendly and cute. And I'm like, what is that soulless devil? It's got soulless white eyes, and it's just like, it's disturbing. I was like, that thing's terrifying. You gotta ride it and shit. I was like, nah, I ain't about that. Poochie can go back to hell wherever it came from, that fucking Satan spawn. But, all right, let's get into the levels now, and we'll talk about the ones that stood out to me. So immediately, World 1, 2... the chain chomps crashing down on you, I thought that was so cool. They're like in the background, and they come flying at you, and they just crash down into shit. I was like, oh yeah, that is really cool. And like I said, that's the level they first turn into the helicopter. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot you had to do that. Freaking really cool. And then we get to the first castle of the game, World 1-4, and I had more trouble with this level than I'd like to admit. I feel like at this point I already had like 2 game overs, and there's many more to come. But the lava insta-kill, man, that was getting me. Like, I'm not good at that stuff. They're like, yeah, lava bad. And I'm just like, oh no, I jumped in it by accident. But it's okay. The boss fight was really, really easy and super cute. I think no, I don't know. Some stuff I didn't put in, doesn't matter. But the boss fights in this game, man, they're not hard. Like, they're generally really, really easy and obvious to figure out what to do. But they're fun. They're really fun, and that's what I cherish more about a boss fight, is if it's more fun, that's great. I don't want a boss to be stupidly difficult just because that's the popular thing to do right now. Thank you very much, FromSoft. But they're fun, they're creative, and they're easy. They're generally like the easiest parts of the game are the boss fights, but some of them aren't. Some of them have a little trick to them, but yeah, I'm already at World 1-4. I'm already like, all right, I'm starting to die. And people like, my homie Billy would be like, dude, you're already dying. It's World 1. It's like, I suck at these games. I am not shy to say how bad I am at platformers. Awful. World 2-8, the final level with the boss, that's where I got those bastards that grab baby Mario and they run away. Not about that. But I think one of the early bosses here, I think, in these worlds is the dude with the red nose, and every boss that you get to, Kamek, the wizard dude, he will take an enemy and then just kind of make them really big. But I love the design, because I remember it from childhood. I just love that enemy that gets big with the red nose and the blue and white stripy pants. Just that enemy just sticks in my mind, and I just can't get enough of that little homie, but I fucking love that guy. World 3-4, frogs are annoying. Oh my goodness, another enemy that steals Baby Mario away. I believe they will grab Baby Mario with their tongue and just fuck off the other direction, and I don't like that. But I really like the froggy boss fight. You have to, he swallows you up and you go down inside his tummy, which is quite small. I found that actually kind of tricky. He's got these, little drips of acid that are dropping down on you, and you gotta, I don't know what, you have to collect something and shoot it at him, but it's the confined little space that I was like, oh shit, this is actually, a little bit tricky. I don't think I died, but yeah, that was a good one. That was the first level, or the second level, that I put down as one of my favorites, so we'll get to that at the end. World 3-8, the Piranha Plant boss was really neat. because that's when they bring into the mechanic of you can like skip the eggs on the water. So if you might want a protractor for this game at some points, because you gotta fucking, there are some there are some flowers that you gotta like triple bounce. You gotta be like, hey, that angle, then it's gonna hit that corner to that corner, and then bam, up into that. I love that kind of shit. So that's why I'm kind of curious to maybe do a full completionist of this game, because I know there's going to be a lot of like tricky angle shots that you're going to have to make to collect some of these things. But this boss fight is kind of based on that, because it's underneath you and you got to like bounce it off the wall, skip it on the water to hit his belly or some shit like that. Like, that was some good shit. We got World 4-4 running from the Chain Chomp. That was awesome. This ginormous Chain Chomp, he's just eating everything. And it's kind of the auto-scrolling levels. Those are personally some of my, like, probably my favorite ones. I just love the ones where it's just, the screen is moving and you gotta keep up with the screen, and they're generally just run and gun type levels. I really, really enjoy them. And this level is long. You get through that, and then you gotta find 4 keys in 4 different fucking sections of this area, and then you gotta do the boss fight. I was like, holy fuck, like, out of nowhere, this level took me like fucking 15-20 minutes, because like I was freaking terrible and I couldn't find the key. One of them was hidden away, and I was like, oh shit, I just couldn't find it. And then you fight this ginormous version of Kirby, and I think he's even pink too, but you gotta throw the eggs at him, and then he like, he'll break down. Now he's 2 enemies, then he breaks down to 4, so on and so forth. But that was, again, it was really fun. You're whipping eggs and they're bouncing all over the place. You're wiping out mini Kirbys and shit. Hell yeah. 5-4. This is, I died a lot on this level. You gotta ride on this like ghost dude. I've just had a lot of trouble with that one. But the boss fight, again, really fun. Throwing eggs. You got this ginormous ghost. And it actually took me a second to figure this out, because I'm like throwing eggs at him and it looks like it's doing damage, but I'm like, all right, I've done this like 5 times. I'm like, hey, rules of 3, what the hell, why is this guy not dead? I'm like, oh, I gotta throw, like, you throw the egg into him and it like puts an indentation into it, so you gotta throw another egg at the same spot, do it 3 times, then you'll pierce his heart and you gotta hit the heart 3 times. I thought that was really fucking cool. And now we get to 5-8. This is where I put down levels are starting to get a little bit tricky now. I'm dying on a more regular basis. And the Black Crow fight. Oh, man. That Black Crow, I think that's another one of the iconic enemies that I just really sticks out in this game. Just fucking ginormous, cool-looking Black Crow. That dude was fun. You're smashing, basically shoving a post up its ass. You gotta, like, get on the opposite side, smash down the post, and it'll fucking go right up his hoop. That's some good shit. World 6-4. Now we're in the final world. I thought there was gonna be 8 worlds. Like, last I talked about, I was in the 5th world. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I'm going to get it done this week, because I thought I still had 3 more worlds or whatever. But nope, 6th world is the last one of the main game. There's probably a secret world, like I said. But 6-4, the spike ball boss, that was really cool. You got to break the floor down. It, again, took me a second to figure out. I'm like, all right, I'm hurting this guy. He's jumping all over the place. What are we doing? You see these bright colored bricks on the ground, and I got flashbacks to like, oh man, what, Mario World 1, that's the final how you fight Bowser. And you break the blocks and you make the guy fall into the lava pit, and boom, Bob's your uncle, you got it. And then we get to maybe the coolest final Bowser fight I have ever done. I have seen this fight before, and it's stuck in my mind. I've remembered this very vividly, but this is the first time I get to experience it. But the final level is actually really cool. Before you get to the Bowser fight, you gotta choose one of these 4 routes. And I tried all 4 routes. One's really nice. You basically just get a whole bunch of coins. You can get a bunch of 1-ups and really help yourself out. But the other 3 are rather difficult. There's like a lava one. Regardless, you gotta get through one of these trials. Get through that trial. And then you gotta get through the Kamek Barrage. You're just in this auto-scrolling area, and Kamek is just fucking firing magic things at you. Whatever they touch turns into enemies, and you can throw eggs at him to kind of stop the magic, but doesn't matter. You get through that, and then you meet Baby Bowser, or Bowser Jr., Bowser Baby, I don't know. But people don't like Bowser Jr., especially Adam of Remember the Game, big fan. Been listening to him for years and years, and I know his hatred of Bowser Jr. is immense. And yeah, it's understandable. Bowser, baby, whatever the fuck, is very annoying. The way that they've developed that character throughout. But here, I'm pretty sure it's his first introduction. And yeah, he's like a little whiny, gets everything he wants kind of baby, and he sees you, and he's like, oh, I want to eat that, and fucking... But you have to go through the first phase first, which is ridiculously easy. You just got to do 3 ground pounds, and baby Bowser is done. But then Kamek comes in, fucking makes baby Bowser into Godzilla level. Like, this is probably... It might be the biggest we've ever seen Bowser, and... Bowser just goes off into the background, and then he rises up, this big shadowy Bowser figure with white piercing eyes, and he is just ominously moving towards you while you're just sitting there. You're like, what the fuck do I do? And what you gotta do is, well, you gotta throw some eggs at him. And I will admit, it took me a second to fucking get that throw down. It was tricky to get that trajectory to hit Bowser from distance, like holy, but once I got it, and I was hitting them all the time. Super duper easy, but what a fucking cool fight, man. Like that ominous, just slow crawl when he's coming towards you, and then he starts to charge at you, and that scared the shit out of me a little bit. He's just boom, 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 starts running at you, and he killed me. He killed me the first time. I was just missing. I didn't have my aim yet, but yeah, he took me down, but eventually got back in there, throwing my eggs, getting better, and you don't want him to get too close to you, because if he gets too close, he's going to crush you. And then as you're getting through it, the ground starts to break away, making it more challenging, so you're fucking jumping on these little platforms, you're trying to throw the eggs, and he is coming at you faster and faster. You're like, holy shit! And I finally took him down, and it was awesome. That is going to go down as one of my favorite versions of Bowser I will ever see. I thought that was so cool, so creative, and just a little bit spooky. Like, I imagine that probably scared the shit out of kids. Like, oh my goodness, look how big and scary he looks back there. And man, I love Godzilla, so I just that was over the moon awesome. And that is the game, y'all. So overall, my favorite levels, just quickly run through them: World 1-5, 3-4, 4-4, 4-8, 5-8, 6-8. So a lot of boss levels, but not to say that any of the other levels weren't good. They're just levels. They were fine. And only 2 that I didn't like. 2-8, sadly I didn't write down why I didn't like it. Fucking idiot. And 6-6 was the annoying maze level with... Oh my goodness, like, I ran through that maze, like, I'd probably spend 20 minutes in there, and I'm like, I just keep going around and around in circles, and like, what am I missing here? And it was this little cloud, little fucking mystery block cloud that was just hidden there in the corner. I was like, fuck, I missed that, and then I finally got that. So, maze levels can go fuck themselves. I hate maze levels. I think there's a couple in this game, but they're not too bad. They're definitely not of the level of, the Forest of Mystery or whatever the fucking Mario World 1, that is just some bullshit right there. But yeah, dude, this game, this game is so... I honestly think I enjoyed Super Mario World 2 more than I enjoyed Super Mario World 1. Now, that might be a controversial say. I mean, I did play... It's been a couple of years since I played Super Mario World, so I don't know, could very easily be recency bias, but I had a blast playing this game. It is absolutely still very, very playable and very much so worth your time, and it doesn't even take that long to beat. I don't have my exact hours, but maybe 4 to 6 hours, maybe, tops. Like, it's not that long of a game, and it's not that challenging that you're gonna, like, die a whole bunch. Oh, and speaking of, I had a grand total of 9 game overs. So pretty bad, I would say. I'm not very good at this game. I didn't die. I don't think I died as much in this one as Mario World 1. There's a lot of bad deaths where I just jump right into the pit, or just, I'm not good at these games, man. Whatever. I find it fun to track how many times I die, because, I don't know, I imagine someone who's good at these games finds it funny how bad I am at them. And I don't seem to be getting any better at these things. I'm playing more and more platformers, and I'm just not getting any better. But oh well. Doesn't matter. This game fucking slaps so good. The graphics are amazing. The soundtrack, I mean, I wish I can appreciate it more, but yeah, Baby Mario... definitely hurts this game. Like, it was a big whoopsie. They should have had an option to turn that off or made some sort of cry that was not as ear-piercingly annoying, which is unfortunate because I think a lot of people avoid this game because of Baby Mario. But I'm telling you, if you got the Switch and the Switch Online, just turn the volume down, and it's a fucking phenomenal handheld time. Like, I played this all handheld. I did a little bit on the controller, sitting down on the couch, get that old school feel, but I had a blast with this game. I really, really enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, and yeah, it's absolutely holds still. It would be on that list of games that aged gracefully. This game is fantastic, looks great, plays great. It's definitely worth your time. I highly recommend it. It's hard to score these games. Like, how do I score a game that came out fucking 30 years ago? Like, all I can really tell you is that it's still absolutely worth your time. It is still super duper fun. And if you haven't played it yet, go ahead. Go play it. It's super fun, and I enjoyed myself. So there we go, everybody. That's the episode. Thank you so much for listening. You the best. You want to be even more of the best. Make sure you're reviewing and sharing the podcast around with a few of your friends and maybe an enemy or two. Why not? And you can leave comments on Spotify if you're not aware. They kind of just put that up sporadically, so you can put comments on Spotify. Hit me with that review. Give me an honest review. That's all good. And I upload all these episodes to the YouTube channel, GamerGX Videos. The link is in the description, so go over there, check it out. You could drop a comment on one of those episodes on YouTube. You want a question answered live on the podcast, anything about wrestling, video games, or hockey would be preferred. Again, just drop a comment, Twitter, email address, all that great stuff. Links in the description. And in terms of what else we got going on with the podcast, I did a short episode of the Hockey Cast this week. Just been really busy with flood cleanup and stuff like that. So I kind of had to rush through a hockey episode this week, but I'll try and make up for it next week with, hopefully we get some big Ovechkin news next week, because he's tied the record, and I imagine next time we talk, I'm hoping we're talking about him. He's broken that damn record, so that's going to be sweet. And there is a AEW pay-per-view this weekend, Dynasty, so I'll have a pay-per-view review out sometime next week as soon as I can, and the weekly WWE and AEW recap coming out as well. So there we go, everybody. The next GamerCast, I said it earlier in the episode, next week's GamerCast will be the switch to, direct breakdown. We'll talk about all the announcements and the crazy pricing and all that stuff. So if you have any questions or concerns about the Switch 2, send them on in, and we'll address that next week. But there we go, everybody. You the best, and we back with some GX Bloodcast.